You're listening to the Radio Wammo Breakfast, only on Kiwi.
Well, it's day 7 over at the Copenhagen Climate Change Conference, and it's time now to join our correspondent from the Copenhagen Post, Daniel Neilsen, over there. Good morning, good evening to you, Daniel.
Good morning to you, Wammo.
And if you're watching the live video stream, you'll see that that Daniel is all wrapped up with a. You're wearing a scarf there. You've got a wee beanie on as well. Is it cold?
It's very, very cold over here, yes, and that's what, I mean, obviously I'm sitting inside and I'm not that cold, but I thought this would sort of illustrate the fact that it started snowing in Copenhagen today. And there's forecast for quite a lot more snow. In fact, a cold snap down to minus 12 degrees has been forecast for Friday this week, which is the last day of the conference. Call it ironic or fitting, I'm not sure. You know, we're talking about climate change and temperature rise and that sort of thing. But certainly, I think it may affect some of the demonstrators out in the cold. And
well, it may affect them, and also the some of the delegates from the warmer countries, especially from the tropics.
Oh yeah, the ones a lot of people have been waiting and queuing for hours outside the Bella Centre, which is the conference venue. People can't get in because there are problems with the accreditation process. So if you don't have accreditation already, you have to wait in line for, I think some people waited for 8 hours on Monday and still didn't get in.
Wow.
And especially the delegates from the African countries are just not looking like they're very happy about it at all. But I'll tell you what, in this part of the world, Wammo, to keep warm, we drink this stuff here. It's schnapps. And I thought just to show you how you do it, you open it, obviously, and I'm not condoning the drinking alcohol or anything. It's just to keep warm. It's got nothing to do with the alcohol.
Is this a peach schnapps?
No, not at all. These are clear schnapps that taste just like kind of like medicine, really. Not very nice.
I think this is a first for foreign. So I've got my coffee. I'll drink to that. I think this is the first correspondent drinking on the job.
Oh, that's keeping me warm.
No doubt. Now, obviously, the protesters outside are going to need some of the schnapps as well. And
that's what I thought. This was my business idea: is to go there, sell them at about $5 a pop, and keep everyone warm and a little bit drunk, maybe. But you have to get permission to sell anything to the people in the queues. We have a bagel company that we do some business with at the Copenhagen Post. And they had to go through a rigorous process to be approved to go and sell bagels to the people waiting in line.
Ah, goodness. I mean, this isn't unusual, though, that it snows in Copenhagen, so surely the protesters and the people of Copenhagen are quite used to this.
Yeah, we're used to snow over here. It's not hard to deal with in Denmark because you know it's coming and the roads often ice over and things like that. But actually, it doesn't snow every year. It doesn't snow that often. I think there have only been something like 7 or 8 white Christmases in the last century, so it is a little bit unusual. And it was hoped that it wouldn't snow while the conference was going on, or maybe it was hoped. I think if you take into consideration the likely demonstrations happening, maybe it might put those off, and maybe it would make the reactions of the police also a little bit less heated.
Any news from the conference itself?
Not really. It's all happening around the conference.
Yeah.
No, obviously, with all the heads of state are arriving to the conference. I think Arnold Schwarzenegger arrived today, or maybe tomorrow. But yeah, it's becoming. It's the last stage of negotiations, and now things are going to be agreed on and signed. And I think the heads of state that are arriving they're being briefed on things, and then we're going into the big plenary session tomorrow, which runs all day. And the really, really big news story that's going to happen tomorrow is that the Climate Justice Action, which is a network of activists, is going to try to shut down the whole venue, the whole conference venue. They're going to try to break in, get in there and stage an assembly of the people, which will discuss the real solutions, as I say, and give a voice to those who aren't being heard. This could get pretty confrontational tomorrow, and in fact today the police arrested a German guy who's been acting as a spokesperson for Climate Justice Action. His name's Tadzio Müller. They arrested him, basically chucked him in jail, accusing him of planning violence against the police. basically they're just judging that it's safer to keep him in the cell. Although they're refusing to comment on whether it's in connection with the planned takeover of the COP15 venue tomorrow.
Well, it's hardly going to be effective though if it's planned, right? Because, well, everyone knows that it's going to happen, and the police will know how to stop it.
Yeah, but they will be coming at the conference venue from several angles, and they say they've got people inside the conference as well, which may have something to do with the organisers limiting the number of NGO representatives that are allowed in now. That could also just be in connection with the registration issues that they've got. But yeah, they're saying this group, Climate Justice Action, are saying they're going to disrupt meetings happening inside the venue tomorrow. Or it's actually today, New Zealand time, tonight, and then they will try to break in from the outside as well. They probably won't get in, you're right. But, you know, the whole idea of informing the police about what's going to happen is that they want to be transparent and they want to be democratic because they're exercising a democratic right.
Well, it sounds like the real action is actually all, as you say, happening outside the conference at the moment. It's all the side shows.
There were more violent protests overnight. 200 people were arrested in a protest that happened near Christiania, which is the free state here in Copenhagen, where you can go and buy your pot if you want. It's an old hippie commune that's developed over the years. Now there was Molotov cocktails thrown and fires lit in the street to the police barricades. It got pretty vicious, and it could definitely be a sign of things to come.
Well, Daniel Neilsen, our correspondent from the Copenhagen Post over there in Copenhagen at the Climate Change Conference, thanks so much. We'll talk to you again hopefully tomorrow.
Yes.
Here's a track now from Great North.